Hey everybody, Dr. Steve, the doctor of science stuff, and answering viewer mail today. A bunch of you asked this question, but Gene Brennan was the most recent one, and frankly, he's got way cooler hair than the rest of you, so I'll name him. And you can tell by looking at me, cool hair. I relate to that, right? But which came first, the chicken or the egg? And I do know the answer because I'm a science guy. We're in front of the shed because it was the closest thing to a chicken coop I could find on the ranch. But it started when God was looking around trying to figure out where he was going to get a good glass of milk. God's starting to hit the gym. He's getting a little paunch. He's like, I need a glass of milk and a hamburger. We got to invent this stuff. So he put some elves in a workshop, and that's where the elves worked before Coca-Cola hired Santa Claus. And he said, make me an animal that gives hamburgers and milk. And they're like, got it. And they're working on all kind of animals, right? Because that's their job. And then someone said, God, you need you need to put something in the milk to make it more proteinous. And he said, how about eggs? And they're like, what the heck's an egg? And he's like, what do you want from me? I'm God. You figure that out. So they're working on eggs. And in conjunction, both workshops, right? And they're trying to figure out what kind of animal will lay an egg. The kangaroo eggs and the rhino eggs, the screams. They haunted God's nightmares for years after that. But finally, one of them tapped one of the chickens on the shoulder and was like, hey, do you guys want to shoulder the load with eggs? And their union rep came up and said, yeah, we can do that. But in order to do that, we want to get taken out of the rotation for Thanksgiving once that gets invented. And God sent his lawyers, and they're like, okay. I mean, not God's lawyers per se. He had to co-opt a few from Satan. I mean, where's God going to get a lawyer, right? So that's the answer. Like they came up simultaneously, but sort of independently. But that's the science behind it. Feel free to ask any questions to me, Dr. Steve, care of Rattlesnake Ranch.